Hello, this is Dirk Garcia, Superintendent of the Roseville City School District. Thank you for taking the time to view the video presentation and provide us with feedback on the middle school boundary proposal. West Roseville is expanding at a rate that requires us to consider boundary changes to all 4 middle schools starting in the 21-22 school year. Please take a few minutes to listen to the middle school boundary proposal and submit your feedback. This is a draft proposal. Community input is critical to this process and will impact the final middle school boundary map. In the past 2 years, 853 students enrolled in our West Roseville schools, while the other parts of our district decreased by 253 students. We project Chilton Middle School will reach its capacity of 1,200 students in the 22-23 school year. Why not build another middle school in West Roseville? Our next middle school is planned in the Placer Ranch development north of Fittement Farm Elementary School in the next 10 to 20 years. The timeline is completely dependent upon the economy. There is no infrastructure in Placer Ranch development, and there is no property to purchase in West Roseville to construct a new middle school. Therefore, a long-term solution must be developed utilizing our 4 current middle schools. The Roseville City School District Board of Education began studying the issue in September, set criteria in November, and I submitted a draft proposal at the January board meeting. At that time, the Board of Education requested that we go out and solicit community input on the draft proposal. The criteria to craft the boundaries includes long-term viability at all 4 middle schools, alleviating future overcrowding at Chilton Middle School, align feeder programs and patterns, and consider proximity to elementary schools. The first option presented to the Board of Education was option A. It was considered by staff due to the proximity of parcel 462 south of Blue Oaks Boulevard to Chilton Middle School. However, option A was not proposed by staff because we felt it best to keep future Riego Creek Elementary School 5th grade classes together at middle school and high school. This slide contains the draft proposal I submitted to the Board of Education because it met a majority of the criteria. This is the boundary map where we need your input. The boundary does change the elementary feeder pattern for every middle school, meets the majority of the criteria, and balances student enrollment across all 4 middle schools. The changes include moving Kirby Elementary from Buljon Middle School to Ike Middle School, moving Caseburg and Woodbridge Elementary Schools from Cooley Middle School to Buljon Middle School, and finally transitioning Fitiment Farm and Riego Creek Elementary Schools from Chilton Middle School to Cooley Middle School. The results of these moves create an elementary feeder pattern you see on the next slide. The next few slides contain the enrollment projections for each middle school based on this proposal. The totals are located at the bottom of each slide. District staff and I are scheduled to be out in the community for the next month presenting the boundary proposal and seeking community feedback. Additionally, you are able to provide online feedback during the month of February. School board members will receive copies of all written feedback, and I will present a summary of community feedback at the March 5th school board meeting. This board agenda item is for discussion only. It is not for action or approval. There is no date set for a final decision or approval at this time. Please review the FAQ document. It contains answers to questions that many parents asked at our community meetings last week. And finally, everyone has a role to play in this process. I must consider the needs of every child in every school currently in the district while planning for the future long-term health of the district. You must advocate for your children, and the Board of Education must take into consideration your feedback when making a final decision on any future middle school boundaries. Thank you for your time and consideration as you complete the online feedback form. Please contact me if you have any questions. Thank you. I hope you have a great day.